Hello and welcome to the Nerdly Review, an entertainment show about all things nerdly. I'm your host, Stephen Davis. First things first, I'm a little too angry about this, so click on the doobly-doo to find out about it because I really just don't want to talk about it. In other TV news, you may have heard about some of the new shows that are coming out for the new fall lineup. There are a few that I will be checking out, and that brings us to our first Nerdly Top 5. This week's topic, Top 5 New Shows of the Fall. My number 5 is the show Last Resort on ABC. Seems like a really good show, could go really good places, but it also seems like it can go nowhere. The mystery and suspense that was built up in the trailer for the pilot, it looks really good, but it's going to be hard to maintain that mystery and danger. Number 4 is Revolution on NBC. It's created by J.J. Abrams, Brian Burke of Lost and Fringe fame, and Eric Kripke of Supernatural fame. And the pilot is directed by Jon Favreau. By all accounts, the show must be the best show ever. Unfortunately, the trailer was kind of lame, and that whole science behind electricity just not working seems kind of meh. Also, I heard they're already recasting some of the parts because they have to rework it, so that doesn't bode well. But I'm going to check it out just because of the talent mentioned before. Number 3 is the American take on the Sherlock Holmes story on CBS called Elementary. Johnny Lee Miller is Sherlock Holmes, and they did a gender swap for Dr. Watson, who's going to be played by Lucy Liu? I don't know about that. I really like Johnny Lee Miller, and I think that this could be a really good show. Unfortunately, I'm not really liking Lucy Liu's casting. We'll see if I can stomach her enough to enjoy the show. Number 2 is the show called The Following on Fox. The first reason I like this is it has the bacon. Can't have too much bacon. Also, I like the concept of a serial killer creating a network of serial killers through the internet. It seems like a really cool concept, and it seems new and fresh. Also, the main serial killer, is played by James Purefoy, who I love. He's great. We'll see if they can actually keep up the story and maintain it through a whole season. Number 1 on my list is the only comedy on my list. It's called The Goodwin Games on Fox. It's kind of a new take on an old concept where someone dies and in their will it stipulates that certain people that wouldn't normally be together have to work together if they want to get the inheritance. Except this time they're competing. It's 3 siblings and a random 4th guy that are competing to get the inheritance, and they have to compete in a series of games. I like the chemistry between all the actors. I thought there was some funny stuff in the trailer, and I know somebody that actually read the script, and I heard it was pretty good. Unfortunately, they're already recasting some people, which doesn't bode well, but it's a good concept, good solid concept, and I think I'll probably tune in. That's it, my top 5 new shows of the fall TV lineup. On to comics. There's a new series that started in April and will be ending in fall called Avengers vs. X-Men. The series revolves around the return of the creature known as the Phoenix. There's going to be a lot of tie-ins and lead-ups to the series that have already been released and some that will be released. In addition to all those tie-ins and lead-ups, there will also be the 12 issues of Avengers vs. X-Men itself. Last bit of news today is the news about the SpaceX launch of their Dragon rocket. It was a successful launch. It launched and docked with the International Space Station and delivered its cargo, and it returned safely back to Earth. It's a huge, big deal. But what's even cooler is I found out that the ashes of James Doohan, the guy who played Montgomery Scott in the original series, was actually on that rocket, and his ashes were launched into space. How cool is that? That's it for this week. As usual, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. All links for the stories that I talked about are down in the doobly-doo if you want to check them out yourself. Please share and like this video. I'm still trying to get the word out about the show, so I appreciate it. As usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.